is back on air, and we'll get started in a second. Alright, looks like we are on air and ready to go. So good evening everyone, Vespo27 here again. We're doing our Friday night stream on a Saturday night, mostly because I was I was in kind of a weird mood last night. I was actually very tired, on the point of exhaustion, around the time when I normally do my stream, so I sat down, figured I'd go to sleep and just pick it up again tomorrow, just pick it up again the next day, and weirdest thing happened. I sat on TV to fall asleep to, and I ended up watching like 2 back-to-back movies before I finally got to sleep. So I should have just streamed yesterday, but I'm back today, and a little more awake and in a better state to be doing this kind of thing. So I wanted to find something a little different to do tonight, and in my search for different ideas of what to do, I stumbled across not just one, but a couple of posts on the Elite Dangerous Reddit community of people doing some flight assist off stunts as they exit a station. Basically, what they would do is they would line up on the, as they'd take off inside a station, line up with the mail slot, hit boost, turn flight assist off, and do these crazy tumbling maneuvers as they went through the mail slot. So I'm going to try and replicate that. Now, if you've been watching any of my recent streams where I do combat, I have been playing with flight assist off, so I've kind of started to get a feel for it. So this is going to be a learning experience for me. I'm going to hop in my Imperial Eagle here, which has some upgrades, not a lot, but it's can boost at around 500, so that should be more than fast enough to stunt around. Plus, it's cheap, so if I smack into the side of the station too many times while trying to do this, it won't really put me out to rebuy it. So what we're going to do, once I get in, you're going to watch me try and learn how to do this maneuver that I've never done before. I saw someone do it in an Eagle, and I think it was an Eagle at least, and I saw someone do it in a bigger ship. I think it was a Crate Phantom. So I think I've got best chances for success and the least possibility of doing major financial damage if I screw it up, if I do it in my Eagle. So and besides, for doing stunts and stuff, this thing is just fun to fly anyway. So without further ado, you can watch me try and figure this out. So first things first, we're going to get up to the surface. I also picked a station with a nice, beautiful interior. We haven't taken off yet. I'm just going to make sure I remember where flight assist is. Okay. So it looks like the way you do it is you back up to, well, after launching, back up to as far back to the station as you can, get your nose lined up on the slot, hit boost, hit flight assist off, and start doing a tumble, and hopefully you're lined up on the slot and you can just fly right through. With a small ship, you don't have to worry about being, if I was in my cutter, if I don't go through nose first or tail first and completely flat, I'm going to rub against, get stuck on the sides. The Eagle's small enough that it should just tumble on through. A Cobra or a Sidewinder should be really easy to get through too. So I'm going to see if I can do this in normal cockpit view a couple of times, and when I get the hang of it, I'll try and do it with the external camera on, so we can get an interesting view. And well, after I try it a couple of times and have some fun with it, then switch gears and just do some more flying in the and bounty hunting in the Eagle. So let's try and get this done. I believe I've got 5 minutes from the time I hit launch before the station starts opening fire on me, so let's get it done. Okay, we're going to go gear up. I'm pretty close to the back of the station now. Let me see if I can go to my cameras. Okay, I'm pretty close to the back of the station already. That's the thing, I want to make sure I'm not drifting. I want to make sure the pattern is clear. So the theory is I should be able to hit boost, go flight assist off. Or I should probably go flight assist off and then hit boost. Let me make sure I'm lined up well. Alright, we're going to give it our first try. Flight assist off. We'll boost and start to tumble. Hey, that worked! Alright, that wasn't nearly as hard as I thought. I've got more time to get in the station, but yeah, I know I have my Imperial Eagle here. Alright. Oh! Wait. That wasn't ready to boost. Alright, let me get lined up with the station again. This is going to be a little trickier to line up. I'm going to try and get a little closer to the station. What I think I will do to stop is I will just turn my flight assist back on as soon as I go through, which should try to zero out my speed, and I'm going to drop gear and drop cargo scoop as soon as I go through to slow me down. I'm actually going to creep up closer. We'll ask permission and then I'll try to do the trick again. I'm going to go to about 5 clicks out. I really want to be centered on this thing. So. There we go. I want to see the hub at the back of the station through the mail slot. That's how I can tell that I'm lined up. All right. Let's turn flight assist off. Fingers on the boost button. I'm gonna wait until this ship gets through. We'll try it again, and then let me get docking permissions.
Access permitted. Land on designated pad number 14.
All right. Well, there's no landing like a landing where you boost through the mail slot. And off we go. Oh! That didn't work out so well. Alright, lining up this way is a lot trickier than I thought.
Reduce your speed immediately, Commander.
Alright, I'm going to start from a little closer then. I may have also, like, just done something to pull me out of line. may have accidentally tapped lateral thrust at some point. Alright. Let's get it lined up as close as I can to center. So in theory, if I set this up right, I should be able to do just about anything as long as I don't hit lateral or vertical thrust or accidentally push my throttle forward or back at all. This flight assist off should just mean that my yaw pitch and attitude controls should just rotate the ship and not affect the direction of travel. I really want to line this up right. Alright, I'm running out of time here. Flight assist off.
Flight assist off.
We'll try this one more time. I hope I'm centered. Oh! Hit the toaster rack again. Alright. So it's a lot easier it's going to be a lot easier to get it to do this from inside the station. So I'm just going to land and set up another run. And I can try it with problem is it's the precision that you have to line up. Line up here is a little tight. Let's try it from here. Flight assist off.
Flight assist off.
Boost. There we go.
Cargo scoop deployed. Flight assist on.
Alright.
Landing gear deployed.
Oops.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Cargo scoop down.
Scoop retracted.
Up, landing gear down is what I want.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, that's flying bay 14. Fix up my damage. So I bumped myself a few times. And I got away with no fines. We'll set it up again. We'll try to do it in external camera. Okay, so I was being a bit ambitious and trying to start too far out.
You're on the deck. Ground crew dispatched. Station facilities are at your disposal.
I don't take any actual damage, so I can get right back out again. So the reason that works is when you go flight assist off, it stop. Well, if you're flying with flight assist on, you're anytime that you hit any of your maneuvering thrusters, as soon as you let go or recenter the stick, the computer fires the opposite thrusters to counteract the movement and stop you. So basically, if I have flight assist on and I just push the stick to the left to roll left, the ship will roll left, and as soon as I let go of the stick, it'll reverse thrust and stop the roll. Flight assist off will not counteract that thrust. So if I do flight assist off and I push the stick to the left, the ship will roll, and when I let go of the stick, it'll keep rolling until I counter it myself. So I can do things like I can boost at the mail slot, I can roll the ship and then pull back to make it look like it's rolling and tumbling at the same time. As long as I don't hit my, I'm getting the forward thrust from the boost, and because, again, flight assist is off, it's not trying to counteract that boost. It's easier to use boost than the throttle, because throttle, you'd have to recenter your throttle to make sure that, because if you start to tumble and you still have your throttle forward, you're going to get out of that line and you're going to smack into the wall instead of go through the mail slot. So as long as I keep my throttle centered and I just use boost, My only forward thrust is going to take me right directly on that line where I lined up with a mail slot, and I can tumble as much as I want as long as, as long as my ship actually fits in the mail slot. So this is easier to do with small ships than large ships. So I'm going to line this up again, and we'll try to do it in external camera mode. So I'm going to line it up.
Landing gear retracted.
Docking coupler disengaged. Take care when leaving the station.
I'm going to line up with the slot, then I go to external camera and try to do the maneuver. Okay, try to put myself right at the center. Gonna back up a bit. Alright. Landing gears up. We're going to go flight assist off. There you go. Lights are on. Let's go to external camera. Hopefully not move the ship offline. Okay. Right there. I'm hoping that drift is just the camera drifting. Okay, let me get controls back. Ready. Boost. Oops. Alright, I missed. Okay, flight assist is back on. I'm going to go back into cockpit mode. I got my reckless flying fine. Alright, I've got 3 minutes to get out of the station before they open fire, so I'm going to line this up one more time. It looks like the challenge is I probably move myself off center line when I was in camera mode. So let's see, let's line up on the... This station doesn't really have a spire, it's got more like a nubbin in the back, but I can at least use that to kind of center myself. And turn it around. Okay. Take a few seconds to get centered here, not too long. That looks good. Alright, I'm going to try a less crazy tumble this time. So let's go external camera. Wait. Alright, flight assist is off, okay. Go external camera. Controls back on. And 3, 2, 1 boost. I'm just going to do a simple flip. Oh, banged into it again. Uh-oh, what happened here? I blew myself up, alright. Uh-oh, it's going to send me to a detention facility. Alright, again, that's the other reason why I chose the Eagle, because if I get myself killed, it's not a big deal. Okay, I really want to do this with external camera, but maybe I'm being a little too ambitious about the type of stunt that I'm trying to do. Let me just take a quick look here. No stock, okay. So I do want to, well, I am going to want to mess around with my weapons a little bit more later, but for now, where the heck am I? Alright, because I had a fine, because I had a reckless flying fine on me, it put me somewhere else, so I'm going to have to, I want to go to Galaxy Map. Just going to have to find myself my way to a system with a station I can dock in. How far away am I? I'm not even sure where I am right now. Let me pick a... Why don't I just pick a named system? There's one here that I've been to before. No, I'll just pick one of these named systems and hopefully there'll be a station there that I can land at. I think what I'll do if I'm trying to do external camera, I'll start out a little closer.
You are in a no-fire zone. Retract weapons immediately.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll start out closer to the doorway, so it's less time for me to get offline, and I'll do a simpler tumble for the external camera. It's just a matter of getting lined up and it's a matter of getting lined up as precisely as you can, and not doing anything to knock you offline. It was pretty easy to do from cockpit view. It was surprisingly easy to do from cockpit view. So we'll try it again. What I think I'll do is I'll just do some yaw. So I'll be yawing through the mail slot, so I'm still, still my wings aligned. I'll have a little bit more leeway, so I don't have to worry about catching a wing on the edge of let's see. I don't think there's a full-size station here. I have to go another system. Let me pop over to the... I'm not even going to pop over to the nav beacon. Let's see. I'm not even sure how far this took me from... I think I was over here somewhere. Oh, I was all the way over here. Wow! That detention center is far away. So I'm just going to have to find a... I'm just going to have to flail around and find a system that has a decent station. How about this one?
Frameshift drive charging.
I will get this stunt on camera. I should also try to find a low security system so I can pay off my fine remotely, which would be nice. Okay, what's in this system? There's a fleet carrier. I can't do the stunt on a fleet carrier. Some outposts. I think the major stations would show up.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think the major station, the big station, should show up even if I don't do a scan, but I'm going to stop the nav beacon just to double check that. Details. Scan the nav beacon. Okay. Yeah, so that's not going to reveal anything new. Anyway, well, while I'm here, I at least
Flight assist off.
show what I was thinking of trying to do. Try to do something like this. And there we go. Even though we're moving in the same direction, we got this tumble going on. And if I turn flight assist back on, everything will zero out. But what I'm going to try to do is move straight forward and just rotate like this. Whoops. Hold on a second. I didn't do that quite right. Alright, wait for it all to come to a stop. Okay, flight assist off. I'm gonna boost. I gotta wait until the boost finishes before I start maneuvering, and I think that's where I was going wrong. There, once the... Just want to go through like this. See how I'm still moving in the same line and just rotating around? That's what I want to do. Now, what I think I was getting in trouble was that I was boosting and I was starting to tumble while my jets were, while my thrusters were still going, which was putting me off at a off-kiltered angle. Alright, so enough of that. Alright. Let's get back into frame shift drive.
2, 1, engage.
And go to navigation, and still got to find a station, a system with a station that I can try this at. Name systems are probably the best bet, so I'm gonna just keep hopping from between name systems until I find what I'm looking for.
Frameshift drive charging.
see what we got in this system.
Fuel scooping.
Please tell me I've got a large station and no large station in this system
Fuel
either.
scoop disengaged.
Wow. That's uncool. Alright, we'll just have to keep trying.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's something at this one. It's got a medium security rating, so... I was hoping to do more stunts than traveling.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So I successfully pulled off the maneuver. Well, in cockpit view, I still got to pull off my stunt maneuver in camera view. Let's take a look.
Fuel scooping.
Give me a large. Jeez. No stations here either.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
This has just got to be a bad area. Let's try going to here. Take 2 jumps. This is unfortunate.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive.
Yeah, I don't exactly have the greatest fuel scoop on this thing. This was just meant as the ship that I transport to whatever station that I'm hanging out at, and then go joyriding in it. Wasn't really meant to be a traveling ship, but you got to do what you got to do.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, while we're scooping, let's take a look here. Oh, jackpot. We finally have a good-sized station here. Let's lock in. Load up, we'll head in, we'll land, we'll take off, and we'll do the maneuver again. With external camera view.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
We'll try to get an external camera view using a couple of things that we learned along the way. Again, don't start maneuvering too soon after boosting. You want to have the boost finish its thrust, because if I go out of line while my thrusters are still firing, I'm going to knock myself off that center line and bounce off the wall. So coming in, let autopilot take the wheel for a little bit. We'll get into the station, we'll line it up and try our stunt one more time. find it interesting that this station is called a ring when it's not a ring. Okay. And just to be funny, let's practice this maneuver on the way in. Lined up.
Moderate traffic around this station. Regulate speed.
Flight assist off.
Hey, I'm
Flight
offline.
assist on. Flight assist off.
I'm going to do it without camera.
3,000 meters from touchdown.
Flight assist on. Cargo scoop deployed.
Oh,
Landing
all right.
gear deployed.
The only part I got to get down on that is try to stop before I hit the back wall. All right, cargo scoop closed. Let me find my landing pad. There it is. Well, that's a good spot. I'm near the back of the station already. I got a spire in the way, so I'm gonna try that little trick again with the remote camera on. Fuel, let me
Landing sequence completed. Power
make
down
sure I'm
system.
repaired. And I think this is a this said it was a medium security, so I probably can't pay. Yeah, I can't pay off my fines here. Unfortunately. Let me just make sure I do all my repairs. Okay, so we're gonna launch it. I'm gonna launch. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna move the camera to external, and I'm gonna try and do a simpler stunt, and just be mindful not to try to be mindful not to start maneuvering until after my boost has done its complete cycle.
Docking coupler disengaged. Depart when ready, Commander.
Line up at the middle. I get on the right plane. Back up. I think I'm a little high here. All right. There we go. Go into camera mode. I'm going to try not to move the camera too much. Right there should be good. Okay. Flight assist off. Make sure flight assist is off. Wait a minute, I think I screwed that up. Yeah, I'm drifting.
Flight assist on.
Okay.
Flight assist off.
Ready, set, boost. Oh, landing gear's down, that's why I can't boost. Alright, let's try this checklist again because I started drifting again.
Flight assist on.
I gotta turn flight assist on just to counteract that drift.
Flight assist off.
Camera toggle. And here we go.
Avoid unnecessary destruction. Do not block the access corridor.
All right.
Flight assist on.
Let's try this one more
Flight
time.
assist off.
There we go. Alright, I'm coming in a little low. Alright, my aim is a little bit off. So let's try this again. I'm running out of time here, so just aim a little higher. Really should wait until my shields recharge. Come on, I'm running out of time here. There we go. Alright. Make sure I'm lined up good. Assist is off. Let's go camera suite and try again. Oh, I just barely missed. Okay. Flight assist on. I got a cockpit mode. I've got to get out of here because I'm running out of time. And I'm out of shields. And I'm taking hull damage too. Okay, let's flip it around again.
Scan detected.
Oh, shut up. Shut up with your scans. I'm actually on a pretty good line here.
Shield assist off. Taking damage.
Uh-oh.
Offline.
You have entered the station without authorization.
Flight assist on.
Alright, that was almost a disaster. I almost forgot the most important part about landing protocol. Or I did forget the most important part about landing protocol. This is incredibly hard to do in external camera.
Shields online.
Alright, let's try this again. Let's ask for permission this time. Let's actually ask for permission again this time.
Okay, Commander. Land on pad 2-9er.
Flight assist off.
Alright, let's try something a little different here. Okay, assist off, thrust. Let's just bounce through. Not exactly the most elegant way to get through. We'll try this again from the inside. I've had a little bit more success going from the inside than from the outside. So let me land and fix up a
Landing gear deployed.
ship after I've beaten the crap out of it. And I'll try this stunt one more time. This is definitely harder than it looks. I had very little trouble doing it from cockpit view, but doing it from external view is hard.
Landing completed. Deploying ground crew.
Okay, let's do my repairs. Try this one more time.
Docking clamps retracted. Go for departure.
I've consistently been aiming too low. Alright. Nose up a hair. Get where I think I have a nose up a hair. My judgment seems to be way too low. Okay. Landing gear up.
Landing gear retracted. Cargo scoop retracted.
Oh shoot. Well, I made it out. Alright, in case you didn't catch what happened there, I accidentally hit boost before I was ready. Instead of switching camera, I accidentally hit boost and caused all sorts of chaos. Let me get my shields back up. Okay.
Access granted. Make your way to landing pad 1-3.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
That was weird. I had the flight assist off indicator was lit up on my cockpit HUD, but flight assist was actually on. I don't know if you caught that. I started my maneuver and the ship was not acting the way it should have.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off.
Oh, I almost made it.
Flight assist on.
Okay, let me patch up and try this on my way out again.
Landing gear deployed.
Not the most graceful landing in the world.
Landing sequence completed. Disembark when ready.
I'm going to try it with just 2 pips to engines.
Ship release. Observe station regulations on exit.
Alright. Flight assist
Flight
off.
assist off.
External camera. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, I did it again. I forgot to put up my landing gear.
Landing gear retracted. Cargo scoop.
I feel like I'm flying like a noob here. Because I'm out of my comfort zone. Alright, flight assist is off. Camera mode. 1, 2, 3, boost. Woo! I made it! Tried a simple stunt. I only turned in one plane. Alright, let's get flight assist back on. Yeah, it works out better if I don't move the camera too much because it seems like I have less risk of accidentally drifting. Let's do that one more time.
Authorization cleared. Proceed to landing pad 28.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
It's a little easier to do without boost on. We all do one with normal throttle instead of boost. Well, I did. Okay, so we've got success. We did successfully.
Landing gear deployed.
We did a successful, simple flight assist off stunt. Going through the mail slot in remote camera mode. Let's try it one more time.
Landing completed. Ground crew have been dispatched.
Note, all I'm doing is landing and taking off. Let's try this one more time. I'm going to pick up my landing gear first this time.
To clear of exclusion zone.
Center on the slot. I'll try a 2-axis spin this time. Let's back up. I may do this without even boosting. I do this all with just main thrust. Let's wait for this guy to come through. Then I'll go through my checklist. Okay, flight assist off. Camera mode. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that was nice. I didn't use boost that time, I just used main thrust. A little more controllable that way. But it is fun with boost. So here we go, we're tumbling in 2-axis. We're doing a 2-axis tumble here. In the way. Yaw axis isn't too great. There we go. Flight assist on. Everything zeroes out. Very cool. Alright, let's go back into the cockpit. I'm going to see if I can find my way to... Let's see, I'm kind of far from... I'm still kind of far from... I was all the way out here. Is where my cutter is. I just see... well, what I want to do... Let me land here, see if I can... change up my weapons on this thing, and then I'll go find a place to do a little bit of combat flying.
approach to pad 2-7.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Now that I know how to do the trick, it's one of those things. I think once you really start to get the feel for it, it starts to get easier. But it is tricky.
Cargo scoop deployed. Cargo scoop retracted. Landing
I think
gear
I'm right
deployed.
over it. Yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm gonna go into outfitting and see what I can do for weapons here. And as right now, I've got 2 railguns and a missile rack. I think the missile rack the missile rack actually isn't bad, but I don't think it carries enough ammo to really do what I'm trying to do with this ship. Alright, so successfully did a few stunt takeoffs and landings in my Imperial Eagle. I also banged it up quite a bit. Had a lot of failed attempts while trying to get it to work, and blew myself up once. So all in all, mission successful. Let me go find, it's in the wrong place. I want to be at outfitting. I'm going to go take a look at, see if they've got any options on weapons here. I may change things up and have my 2 small hard points just something basic like lasers, pulse lasers maybe, and my medium hard point put something more interesting there. That is, if there's stuff available. Let's see. I got a decent enough selection here. Let's see, maybe I can do something like pulse lasers at a cannon, maybe? I'll use a cannon, or frag cannons I don't use very often. Well, like, cannons can be kind of fun. Let's do pulse lasers. Yeah, let's do a gimbaled pulse. On each of these spots. No, I have nothing that's engineered on this ship, so it's not a big deal if I just sell it off. And then my medium hard point. Let's see, go cannon or frag cannon. I have a plasma accelerator here. Plasma accelerator is fixed. Frag cannons have a few options. What's the range on this thing? 2,000 meters, but they're not really effective that far out. Let me go boring. I'll go with a cannon for now. Can always change that later. Cannons are not the greatest weapons, but they've got okay penetration. They're good for... the one thing that they're good at is when you hit an unshielded target, scoring damage on internals. If I really engineered this thing for armor piercing, then it would probably be a half-decent weapon. But, you know, want to just mess around with weapons that are a little out of the ordinary. Let me check my... that should do. That'll do for now. Let's see. Check my fire groups. Yep. All's good. Alright, let's find a place where there's probably a little bit more trouble to get into than this system. And I'll start making my way over to over towards where I have my cutter, at least, at least in that general direction. Here we go.
Docking coupler disengaged. Depart when ready, Commander.
Flight assist off.
Yeah, now that I know how to do it, I may end up doing more stunt takeoffs, at least when I'm in little ships. So that actually worked out well, because I'm pointed in the right direction a lot quicker than normal. So I want to look for a place that has some res spots.
Frame
You
shield
have
drive
exceeded the
charging.
station exclusion zone. Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, low security. This would be might be a good place to go, because then I can at least pay off my fines.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see. I haven't really used frag cannons much, but the one or two times I tried to use them, I had a lot of trouble. I kept firing them when I was too far out to be really effective. I was in range, but not at really an optimal range. And for some reason, I just I couldn't get the feel for them down. I may have to try them again some other time. Let's see. Let's head over to the nav beacon. Let's pop over to the nav beacon and see if there's any res sites. I can go to look for trouble. Or maybe I'll just look for trouble with the nav beacon. Okay, let's scan the beacon. Let's see, do we have any res sites? I don't see any res sites. Let me look at the system map. Nope, no ring systems here. Well, let me take a look at this res beacon. Let's see if I can scan a few people. Security. Anaconda. I'm not going to take on an anaconda by myself in this thing. Just do a quick scan around, see if there's anybody worth hunting down here. If not, I'll just move on to the next system. Bust here. An FDL. Yeah, that would not be a smart idea to try and take one of those on. Or one of those. Alright. Alright, let's move on to the next system. This doesn't look like there's much in the way of hunting grounds here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not so sure that the video clip that I saw of that stunt was using boost.
Fuel scooping.
Let's fuel up a little. Move on a little bit. Wait. What do I want to do? I want to do system map first. Yeah. Yeah, there's no ring systems here. I want a system with some ring systems.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, this is at least a low security system, so if there's a decent station I may as well land and pay off my fines.
4, 3, 2.
I might have to just take some, I might have to just actually grab some missions instead of hunting around for a res site. might actually be quicker.
Fuel scoping.
Ooh, lots of stuff in this system. So this is probably got something with a ring in it. Yes, it does. Alright, let's head over to the nav beacon.
Fuel suit disengaged.
Do I have a discovery scanner on this thing? Yes, I do. Forgot that I'm still thinking old school Elite Dangerous, where if you don't put a discovery scanner on your ship, you don't have one. That's okay. I get better information if I go through the nav beacon anyway. Okay, so we got a big asteroid belt. Two big asteroid belts. And I don't see a whoops. I don't see a ring system in here. But I'm gonna go land anyway. Fed dropship. Not sure I want to take that on either. Okay. Let's see if anybody out here is looking for a fight. Anyway, alright, let me get
Frameshift drive charging.
let me go see if I can pick up like a search and destroy mission or something like that. Get into a fight or two before we call it a night.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Let's see. Oh, there's a weapons fire. It's a threat 1 weapons fire. Signal source out here. That's something I should be able to handle.
Fuel scoping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, threat 1 should be a fight that I can actually handle in this thing. And of course, since I'm fast, I can run away, so we'll give it a shot. Before I land. Yeah, no res spots in this. There's definitely no res spots here. Come on in. Well, judging from the signal sources, this system is probably... I wonder what state this system is in. Can I see it from this menu? Alright, never mind. The system might be in an unhappy state. That's a system authority vessel. He's going to be the good guy. He's clean. This guy's going to be the bad guy. Yep, he's a gunship, but he's...
Target shields offline.
Alright. That was not a bad fight.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Let's look at what's here to scoop up. Yeah, I'll scoop up some of this stuff. Can't do it with limpets. So even though that was a ship that should have been able to kick my butt, he was a very low-level pilot. So I didn't get much of a bounty from him. Of course, the one that I picked to pick up is the furthest one away. Those are the ones I have a full load of. And I could use some of these. And right now I can't get enough of these manufactured materials. There's the last couple of weapon upgrades I need for my cutter. Take a lot of materials.
Cargo scoop retracted.
So if I get an opportunity to pick them up, I gotta take it. Alright, so I got into one really quick fight. I'm gonna go land and pay off my fine, and then maybe we'll see if I can find one more good fight before we call it a night. Where's that station? That outpost, rather. Like I said, Imperial Eagle is definitely a fun to fly ship. It's much more fun in combat than, well, I do have fun fighting in the cutter, but the cutter does get boring because you can only kind of do the same things. You can't fly you can't fly a cutter like a fighter. You know, I rely on just staying within arc of my turreted weapons most of the time and lining up kill shots with my bigger non-turreted weapons. And I rely on using my fighter as a screen as well. In the cutter, whereas the Imperial Eagle, you can fly it like a real fighter. Sorry about that. Accidentally yanked out my headset cord. But yeah, especially after flying my cutter for as long as I did, it's a nice change of pace to get back into something small and fast, even if it's not the most powerful or heavy-hitting ship in the world. So, going to pad 1. I can see pads 2 and 3, so
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
there's pad 1.
Landing gear deployed.
It's nice when I reverse thrust on this thing. If I'm doing lateral thrust, when I reverse my lateral thrust, the ship stops. With the cutter, it keeps drifting, and I have to lean into the lateral thrust to even it out. Even with flight assist. Even with flight assist. Alright. We are reloaded. Repair and repaint my ship. Let's see, I should be able to pay off that. Huh. That fine is not showing up. Oh, yeah, that's right, I did pay it off already. Let's see if I can pay off this bounty. There we go. Yeah, I did pay off that little fine. Oh, don't know what I was thinking. Alright, but I was able to cash in that bounty. Let's take a look at our mission board. Well, I'm not going to take a wing massacre because that'll take too long. Or a wing assassination. Let's see, how many do I have to kill for this massacre mission? 4 pirates. This is novice rated. The payout is terrible, but not too bad. So that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, let's do that. So another massacre, but this one's pays out even less, so if it's a novice rank mission, this should be really easy. Because, well, actually, I've been doing more combat than normal, so my combat rank is up. I'm at master level now. So I don't think I'll have too much trouble handling novice level ships. So let's, well, we've got a mission. I've got to get 4 kills on this. Okay, usual thing. I'll probably have to go in, scan the nav beacon, and there'll probably be a a mission signal for me to go after, even though it says to search around. But if I have to search around, I do have a frame shift interdictor on this thing. So let's go out and get into a little bit of trouble.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted. Cargo scope retracted. Frame shift drive charging.
It's not a high-paying mission, but it's only 4 targets. I can probably do that in one run, as long as I'm reasonably careful.
Mission objective detected. Incoming mission critical message. Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged.
Okay, it's telling me to search the sun. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit up the nav beacon. So I'm not explicitly seeing a mission target point coming up on my nav. I wonder if this latest patch fixed some of the oddities we were seeing with missions like this. So a lot of these seek and destroy missions were having weird stuff.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, it's saying shipping lane. It's saying go out this way towards the shipping lanes, towards this planet. Yeah, I can deal with that.
Frame shift drive charging. Ready to engage. 2, 1, engage.
Probably have to hunt down targets, which is the way these are supposed to work. I'm in the shipping lane. Got no targets. but we'll keep cruising around until we see something. Seen some of these seek and destroy missions just get hopelessly bugged, where no matter what I did, I couldn't find any any mission targets anywhere in the system. Some targets behind me. That's probably not it. How am I stuck on the nav beacon? There it is. There's a mission target revealed itself. Alright, let's get in there and fight. Yeah, this mission really should have been one where I had to fly around and pull people out of Super Cruise. But it's given me a mission target, so I guess I never really cleared that up. Not really sure why massacre missions would have a specific target site. It does not quite make sense. Come on in any minute now. Yeah, Super Cruise Assist is a little bit slower than using the 70% throttle trick.
Mission objective detected.
landing too many of these cannon hits here. This guy is not very good. Well, he is mostly harmless. Probably a good thing, because I shouldn't be able to I shouldn't be able to beat up a Fertilansis badly. Come on. Keep missing with the cannon. Scored a couple of hits on him with the cannon. Probably would have been better off with a frag on this thing. I'm beating up his engines quite a bit. It's not that hard to stay behind him. Alright, let's finish him off. There he's going, he's popping. Now let's get recharged. I have to leave the booty behind, but I'm not going to be able to pick it all up. Bugged out. These guys are probably system authority. Yeah, mission target. I'm a little untalkative because I'm trying to focus on this guy. Go more center of mass first. I think I'm missing a lot of cannon shots because I was aiming for his engines. Probably better off going for his power plant. That's center of mass. I do like the little explosions from the cannon hits. Not doing a lot of damage to his power plant, but I am. Definitely putting hits on his hull. Now I'm cutting into his power plant, but I'll probably have him dead before I get there. Get away. He got away. Alright. Alright, so I used up a lot of cannon ammo. And I'm only partially done with the mission. I think I only got one. Yeah, I only killed one target. Let's pick up the next target zone. Now the Fertile Ants was actually easier to kill than that guy. There's a mission target. That's 5,000 light seconds away. So we'll cruise over there. I was really hoping to get at least 2 kills on that encounter. And I'm running through cannon ammo like crazy. Wondering if I should rethink that as a weapon of choice. And usually the ideal set of weapons usually ends up being a combination of lasers and multi-cannons. People that get really good with plasma accelerators like plasma accelerators. Railguns I think are a little too tricky to use. I don't like to rely too much on on ammo-based weapons exclusively. I'm wondering if maybe the frag cannon is a better idea, because I can get pretty close. While I'm closing in, let's see. Yeah, not much of a bounty there, but it'll pay for repairs and ammo.
Mission objective detected.
Let's take on the Cobra. That should be a good kill.
Scan detected. Target shields offline.
One. I'm gonna go after the easier pickings. I think I saw a vulture. Yeah, there he is. He won't take nearly as much to. He could have tough shields, but he should be easier to take down than the Challenger. Especially if I start damaging these power plants. The vultures are notoriously bad on power. Not a good shot. Yeah, now I'm tearing apart his power plant. He's not liking it too much. Oh yeah, he's about to drop. His power plant's down to 8%. I don't even think he's gotten a chance to shoot at me. I've been in his jet wash the whole time. Power plant's dead. Well, that's gotta hurt. Alright. 3 down, 1 to go. Which one this is. FBL. 40 rounds of cannon ammo. Ah. Passed by his power plant. There we go. Running through some of those shields, and I'll start hitting them with the cannon. I think I'm gonna kill him before I do any serious damage to his power plant. Alright, that's a mission.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Bits of aluminum, tritium. High-grade material out there. Gonna have to go get it.
Cargo scoop deployed.
It zipped right by it a little fast. Probably doesn't have too much time left to be out here. Try and pick out the higher grade stuff. Running out of time on this stuff. Let me just scoop up some of this stuff and I'll go turn in my winnings. Cash in my bounties and then we'll call it a night. Cargo scoop
Cargo
up.
scoop retracted.
Mission successful. So let's go set a course for to return to base. And here we go.
4, 3, 2,
Alright, coming in. We got a couple of minutes to go. Alright, we should be dropping out of Super Cruise any minute now. And we're dropping.
Docking request granted.
Okay, pad 1 again, which is up top.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Found pad 1 pretty easily that time.
Landing gear deployed.
Come on in for a landing.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Refuel. Reload that cannon. Not necessarily happy with the cannon. Well, once I started getting the feel for and the timing for it, it does do as expected. Maybe I'll hang on to it and see if I can engineer it. I don't know. Cannon's one of those weapons I want it to have potential, even if it might not. It probably isn't as good as other weapons. I want there to be a niche that it's good for. So I'm going to try and force it to be in it. Force it to find a niche that it works for. I think they're really nasty against smaller ships. Just because of the penetration power, it makes it easier to knock out modules. But I think there's other weapons that can do that better. Like if you've got the touch and the aim for using rail guns, they're completely deadly at that. But all right, so we just handed in our ignition. Go take care of our bounty. And I think we are set for now. So I'm ending the night with about a million more credits than when I started, even though I spent a bunch of credits and had to rebuy my ship. Hey, whatever. Whatever it takes. Picked up some stuff, got some good video of me both succeeding and failing miserably at some flight assist off stunts, and it's been another Eagle night. So thanks for watching. We're going to call it quits here. I'll see you again next week. I'll figure out another fun thing to try on stream for that, and I hope you'll join me. And just with all the crazy stuff going on in the world between the pandemic and all the other stuff going on, just keep safe. Whatever your political leanings are, just keep safe, keep out of trouble. Because I'd rather see you in game than on the news, one way or the other. Take care. Have a great night. See you around.